Good morning, everybody. So I just started defoliating the schefflera clump style, whatever you want to call it. So thought I'd take you along. Mainly just it's completely closed up. Nothing in there is getting any light. So these little tiny branches are having to stretch way out here just to get any light to them. And some of the stems you can see they're a foot long. Some of them. They go all the way from the back branches all the way stretching over the front. I don't know where anything's from. And this is a good time. It's raining, God, every single day for hours. It finally cleared up a bit, so I think this would be a good time. It won't get messed up too bad. I mean, the aerial roots have just gone just insane. They're just everywhere. There's new little branches coming out and stuff too. Just everywhere. This thing is just growing insane. I'd recommend anybody, if you go to the store and you see these schefflera in the pot and you think, oh, I'll just buy one from a bonsai place or something. No. I think this one's from old Wally World Walmart for I think it was $8. And it had all like 10 of these trees in it. Probably about 10 trees in it. And some more have suckered up already. This one's coming up straight out of roots. This one in the middle here, this tiny little one. So I mean, and then the leaves are great. It's beautiful and it's growing just so quick. I have a microphila or microfolia or whatever it is, the one that's grown to have small leaves, and it's just so slow. I mean, it's kind of variegated too, so it's just growing just so slow, just crazy slow. But this thing here is just insane. Especially my climate. I live about a mile from the Gulf of Mexico or Mobile Bay. So pretty far south, about as far south as you can get without going to Florida or Texas. So yeah, I mean it's one of the rainiest places in the United States, at least the continental United States. It's hot, steamy. Our winter lasts about a week, so schefflera should do pretty good. Should do pretty good here. So I'll get to work. I might try to keep you involved. We'll see how well that works. Because my table feels like it's getting smaller. I don't know. Gosh, not very much space. I'll just come back with updates. It'll be easier. Alright, this is what I got to so far. I cleared out those some branches back in here. This one I left a little bit because, I mean, if it can start growing up more, it's still not good. I probably should just remove it, but we'll see if it even lives anyway. Those 3 or 4 little branches tucked in the same little corner right in here. So I trimmed some of them back. And then I just cleared it up. I'm probably going to leave this much at least, because I've never defoliated this before. I don't know how it's going to react. I know most people just go all the way. They don't really care, but I really like this thing I got going here, so I want to keep it going good. I know these roots are a total mess, but it's kind of the style I'm going for. I want it to look kind of like a mangrove kind of swamp, you know, where they have the big roots like dipping out like those, you know, like these right here, these big ones like hooping out, and this is like the beach line, so they're like right on the edge of the beach. I think that'll be really, really cool as it grows and the clump kind of moves its way out, because the roots are starting to come out, you know, they're starting to slowly work their way out of that little clump in the middle. So I think that'll be really good in the future. And that's why I use the sandy soil around the outside too, because all this in the middle is really, I don't know if it's really good, but it's like potting soil, you know, so, because I wanted to keep it in same soil, at least for a while, because I did so much work on it when I first put it in this little pot. But I kept it more sandy, at least on the top edges out here. Kind of more for appearance anyway, but yeah, I mean, I think it's cool. I think it's really cool. It's got those coming out really far. I'm finally getting some better ones on the right side. And this is just a cutting I'm hoping will grow. I don't know if it will, but I'm hoping. So yeah, this is it. This is the deal, guys. Yeah. Looks pretty awesome. This one looks horrible right here. Look at that. And I left all the stems. I don't know. I mean, I always heard they'll just fall off on their own later anyway, so that's what I'm hoping for. Man, but then after I cleared it up, I can see some really nice aerial roots coming down pretty high up in there now. Hopefully they won't get burned off by the sun. But I think it's supposed to rain the rest of the day too, so they might work their way down over the weekend. I'm hoping. Yeah, these roots grow really fast, really fast. It's cool. I can pretty much watch them grow. Yeah, cool. There we go. Looks like a freaking mess now. But, oh well, at least it's going. Here's all my cuttings, all the clippings. Huge mess. There's my sweet gum I collected a few weeks ago. Still looks good. I think it's alright. I think it's doing just fine. Yeah, it already had a little bit of browning on the tips anyway, just because it was so deep in the forest, you know. Probably didn't get too much sun. It was pretty low. There's the boxwood. Yeah, I wired that one little branch because I couldn't cut it off. I don't know. There we go. Chinese privet. Ficus cutting, another Chinese privet. The random cactus that was here when I got here. A Carolina laurel. Cherry laurel or something like that. Still not growing in all that well, but I just think it's so pretty, especially after it finally gets growing. I think it'll just be just a pretty little thing. My mess of a variegated portulacaria afro forest. I just took every single cutting, just dropped it down in there, and now basically all of them are growing. So, I mean, eventually when I go to clean that up, I'll have probably, 20 new little trees. And here's my bigger ficus cutting. It's got aerial roots coming out already. It's so cool. So cool. Coming out pretty high up too. It's already getting a nice taper on it and everything. It's just really going awesome. Just really well. So yeah, I think that'll be great. There's a little Chinese juniper. Looking frickin' cool. There's the other schefflera. Finally getting some branching on it. It's finally doing something. And I can see the roots are growing in because they're starting to come out on the surface a little bit, which is good because it means it's growing. Yeah, I can see the branches. That's really good. These two eastern red cedars, Christmas cactus, two collected white pines, yellow pines, something like that. A whole bunch of other mess. This is where I keep the strays. If I plan right, I might get some bananas this year. That'll be 2 or 3 days, it'll probably ruin that, but I'll just have to keep out for them. And here's the big old thing I got yesterday. Looking good. Yeah, some of the cut off branches I put down at the bottom, because sometimes from the slats up there, the drops come down huge. They'll just knock huge holes in in the dirt, so I just wanted to cover it up to protect it a bit. Yeah, I think it'll look cool. Just waiting to see how it starts to ramify. Yep, cool. Freaking cool. I think it's a date palm. It's either a date palm or it's one that I collected in Ecuador. So I mean, it could be absolutely anything. I'm not sure. There's another little tiny palm in there. That's definitely the wine palm, whatever, the Argentinian one, the big blue fronds, huge blue fronds. Yeah, that's what that is. Crepe myrtle, the big clump I got and did a 25-minute video or whatever on. Pretty much completely gone now. 2 little leaves on top. The other 2 in the pot with it completely died. That's all that's left of that one. So I'm hoping maybe this cutting off of another one will live. It's definitely alive because it's been in here for months now. 2 months. It's been in this pot, so it's alive. It's still green. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I don't know. There's the bald cypress. So yeah. Looking good.